I know last weekend I sounded a little bit concerned about the Q4 box office because I was, but my gosh, look at these headlines today. Moana 2, Wicked, and Gladiator 2 fueling Thanksgiving to historic $420 million domestic box office record. Thanksgiving 5-day U.S. box office hitting an all-time high, never been done before in the history of box office. $420 million for the 5-day holiday weekend. AMC's boss Adam Aron declares it a national phenomenon. Let's get right into the numbers. I know there are a lot of people that say the movie industry is dead, that it's never going to return to its former glory. I'm not one of those people. Let's get that straight right out of the gate. I think that the box office and the industry is going to be fine over the long run, as long as Hollywood can get their act together. In this article, they even go on to say there is no ceiling when movies connect. And really, it's up to you, Hollywood, to put the movies out. And as this week and past weekend demonstrated, if there are good movies, people will turn out in record numbers to go see them. We're still waiting on the final numbers on Monday, but based on the estimates from Box Office Mojo right now, the 5-day holiday weekend, almost $420 million. The 3-day weekend, $271 million. That brings Q4 2024 right now, with 4 weeks still to go, to $1.4 billion. And with the blockbuster movies that we have going on right now, and the additional ones that are coming in December, Mufasa and Sonic 3, just to name a couple, I think it is safe to say that live stream party that I have scheduled for January 2nd, I think it is, here on the channel, where Q4 2024 box office beats Q4 2023, that party is going to happen, my friends. We are definitely beating the box office of Q4 last year. Some of y'all are asking me already, can 2024, the entire year, beat 2023? I don't know yet. We still have 4 weeks to go. You would need to see $316 million a week for the next 4 weeks on average to beat 2023. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, but it's going to require a little bit of work. It's going to require you to go see some more movies. And besides Mufasa and Sonic 3 in December, there are plenty of other smaller good movies. And then we'll still have Red 1, Wicked, and Gladiator 2 pushing us into early December. So cross your fingers and let's see if we can make that happen. I'd love to have a double party, not only Q4 beating 2023, but the entire year. Man, that would be worth celebrating. Let's see how they stacked up to my predictions. We had Moana 2 bringing in over the 5-day weekend $221 million, Wicked $117 million, Gladiator 2 $44 million, and Red 1 $18.7 million. I had estimated for its entire domestic run, Red 1 to bring in $85 million. We're at $76 million so far, only $9 million to go over the next 4 weeks. I think that is doable, so I'm going to color that box green, saying that we're going to meet my estimate or beat it. Wicked, I had estimated at $350 million. We're at $262 in the first week. I think this will be a massive beat on Wicked. Gladiator 2, I had estimated at $150 million. It's going to be close. It's at $111 million right now. But if they let it run for 3 more weeks or so, I think we can get over $150 million. So I'm going to color that one green, and we'll see over the next several weeks. Bonhoeffer met expectations. I had estimated it at $10 million. It's at $10 million. And this is a beautiful film if you get a chance to go see it. Not really a holiday film, but if you want to support Angel Studios, go check that one out. Moana 2, I had estimated for its entire domestic run $325 million. It did $221 million on the opening weekend. So I'm quite certain that this one will come in and meet at least my expectations for Moana 2. Still coming up this weekend, Y2K, Getaway, Werewolves. The following weekend, The Lord of the Rings, the animated version, Kraven the Hunter, September 5th. And later in December, as I mentioned, we have Mufasa and Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I think both of those will do really good. And if you are a horror fan, at the very end of December, we still have Nosferatu. Don't forget about that one. It's not going to be huge, but horror movies do bring in money if they're well done. There are going to be a lot of people wondering, with all of the great news and headlines from this weekend, how is that going to translate to stock prices of the various movie companies? And we still need to keep our eye on the ball of how is the quarter going to end. We're still a little bit light at $1.4 billion for the quarter. And last weekend, I shared with you guys a little spreadsheet of how much it's going to take on an average per week for the remaining 5 weeks of the quarter. I want to share with you the updated spreadsheet. And with this massive week that we had over the last 7 days, the numbers have gotten better. It's going to take less per week to reach whatever target you have in mind for Q4. And I'm just going to put this up on the screen here and let you take a look at it. You can pause the video if you want. I think that based on what I'm seeing right now, 2.3 to 2.5 billion is easily in the ballpark for Q4 domestic box office. Could we do better than that? Depends if people go see these movies over the next several weeks. Whoever couldn't get in, I mean, you couldn't even get a seat. You couldn't get a seat for some of these movies this week. But if people continue to go see them over the next couple weeks, and then we roll into Mufasa and Sonic 3, hey, anything is still possible at this point. Too tough to call. Just to explain the green box here, if your target for Q4 is $2.5 billion, the industry is going to need to clock a weekly number of at least $269 million a week for the next 4 weeks for the Q4 box office to end up at $2.5 billion. I certainly can envision that as a potential outcome for Q4 if people continue to go see these movies. What will that mean for AMC's Q4 net income? Well, I think that it would be safer to go ahead and wait 4 weeks and see what the box office finishes up at, and then we can make some estimates about that. But one nice thing about these movies that are in the theaters right now is that a lot of people are completely filling the IMAX theaters. Those are the first auditoriums that are filling up for all of these movies, and that brings in more revenue. And of course, with the massive amount of people going to see these movies over the last 6 weeks of the quarter, that is more concessions income for AMC as well. I know some of y'all are screaming at your screen right now saying, Tony, don't forget to mention the merch. They're selling out of merch. That's true. They are selling out of the merchandise, and I'm pretty sure that's in the other theater bucket here on line 12. And that could add a couple more $1 million to the revenue of AMC for the quarter. I don't talk about merch a lot because it's a small contributor to the bottom line, and I don't know what the profit margins are, but hey, every little bit helps. And thank you to any of you guys that are out there supporting the company by buying that merch. AMC closed Friday in the last trading day of November at $4.95. For those of you that are trading the stock, that is a 23% gain since the lows in early October, a 100% gain since the lows in April. Congratulations to any of you who are booking profits on that. What's going to happen now, though, over the next several weeks? Setting aside market risk for a second, because I can't tell you for sure what's going to happen in the overall market, but just looking at AMC, the ticker is looking pretty good. All of the daily candles are above the moving averages, and the MACD is looking good as well. We have the supply zone where there's going to be resistance at around $5.50 or so if this good news buoys the stock up into next week. The bears, however, are going to be following their thesis that the company is overvalued based on the fact that we don't know the final numbers for Q4 yet. We don't know if the company is going to be operationally profitable in Q4 yet, and Q1 is still a bit of an unknown. Although from every CEO I've heard from in the industry for the entire year of 2025, they are all expecting it to be better than 2024. That goes for Rich Gelfond at IMAX, Sean Gamble at Cinemark, and Adam Aaron from AMC. All of them have said that they expect 2025 to be better than 2024. In fact, Richard Gelfond at IMAX said it will be their best year ever. 2025 will be IMAX's best year ever. For my risk-averse traders, the ones who don't want to lose any money, I want you to keep a close eye on that box office. The company's going to need, a certain amount of money to be profitable operationally in Q4. And if they're not, then there's going to be a cash burn. We still don't know what the outcome of Q1 is going to be. Will it be profitable? Will it be cash burn? These are things to think about as you decide at what price you're willing to buy AMC and what risk you're willing to take on. And there are people that are speculating that the company might need to do a cash raise. I don't know, but that's something for you to assess for yourself and make up your own mind. Again, put on your big boy pants and take accountability for your decisions. Make sure you're listening to what the company is saying and understand all of the financial statements that are issued quarterly by the company. As a movie lover, an A-list member, and a supporter of AMC and you guys, I'm going to continue to do my part by seeing as many movies as I can in the month of December, buying some concessions and drinks on every visit, and doing what I can to support that revenue, because at the end of the day, nobody can short the revenue of the company. They can do whatever to the price. I can't control that, but I can have some small contribution to the revenue and the bottom line of the company. Remember, there are a lot of people, and you see them out there on social media, that wake up every day angry and with hatred in their heart. They want the company to fail. They want you to fail. Even if they claim they're an investor, they want themselves to fail even more. I am here for those of you who are positive. And even though I focus on the numbers, sometimes you guys think I'm paid for by the hedge funds because I talk financial statements. I want to see everybody succeed. As far as the risks of equity raises, debt for equity swaps, dilution, and all of that other stuff, I think we've beaten that horse to death over the last several videos over the last couple weeks. You know my position on that. Make sure that you're doing your own risk assessment and understanding those financial statements, and then make your own decisions on what you want to do. I'm not here to tell anybody how to invest their money, when to buy, when to sell. Make up your own minds. Thank you guys for watching. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see ya on the next video.